So, are you looking to start a cologne collection? If so, this is the video that you want to watch. Tonight I have 6 fragrances, which I think are very versatile fragrances. It'll get you through your warm weather months, your cool weather months, and it'll cover date nights and just so many different occasions. But before we get started, welcome to the Pick Corner. My name is Raheem Jones, and on this channel we talk about fragrance, fashion, and tech. And tonight's video is really a pretty interesting one. I have a lot of friends who are starting to get into collecting cologne, and they usually ask me like, hey, well, what fragrances should I get, right? How many bottles should I have of cologne in my collection? And really, what's the best way for me to sort of get started? So I decided I'm going to go ahead and create a video. Again, I have 300 bottles in my collection, so I have a lot of scents to choose from. But tonight I decided I wanted to go and I wanted to look at really those scents that I can't live without, right? And it was very hard because, again, there was a lot to choose from. But I picked out 6 fragrances that I think covers pretty much all of my bases, and I want to share those fragrances with you guys. And this is just, a video to give you guys some ideas in terms of how to build your collection and some structure around the fragrances that you can have in your collection. And really, you don't have to have these exact fragrances. You can have something that's similar. You can have something that is inexpensive, right? You don't have to spend, a gazillion dollars on, a particular bottle of cologne, even though I do believe that you should have at least one bottle of cologne in your collection that is that expensive, bottle, and I have that included here. But with that said, every bottle doesn't have to be an expensive bottle. It can be, whatever you can afford, right? As long as it smells good, that's really all that matters. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to jump into the first fragrance here. This one here, I don't think this one was ever featured on the channel before. This is a recent purchase of mine. I've grown to really love this fragrance. I've gotten so many compliments. Like, it's a compliment magnet. This is YSL Le Parfum. So the sleek bottle. I have the EDP concentration of this as well. That one's like a great summertime fragrance. But I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to break down the notes in this one for you guys. This one in the top has black pepper, orange blossom in the mids, and then it dries down to bourbon vanilla, warm woods, and amber. So this is going to be like a very, very gourmand kind of fragrance with some woody undertones, very warm, very smooth. Let's go ahead and check out the atomizer in here. Yeah, it's a great fragrance. It's really nice. That black pepper off the top has a really nice bite to it. You really pick up a lot of the orange blossom though. The orange in the mid, it gives it the sweet, it gives it the citrusy sort of feel. But when this sucker dries down, that warmth, it really, really takes over. This is, I would brand it as my date night fragrance. This is a fragrance that's very loud. Again, I get a lot of compliments on this fragrance. I think I wore it last week and it was a compliment monster. So this one here is perfect for date nights. Because it's warm, this is not a fragrance that you're going to wear in the summer heat, right? You want to put this one on, you want to wear this fragrance, again, date nights, so in the evenings, or you can even switch it out for like a nice warm weather fragrance. Great for the fall, great for the winter time. This particular bottle here, I believe the price of this, if I remember correctly, it was about $160 at Ulta. Either $160, between $140 and $160. I don't really remember. But I really purchased this because I purchased the EDP concentration of it, and I loved how the EDP smelled. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and grab this one as well. But I definitely recommend the YSL Le Parfum for the start of your collection. So in kind of continuing with the sort of date night theme, I want to grab this one. This one here, I smelled it first time and I fell in love with it. I take this scent and I blind recommend it to folks to blind buy. It's a fragrance that you can grab, you can spray it on, you can wear it, and you can wear it with confidence. It's going to smell good. I haven't, haven't seen this fragrance miss yet. But this is Coach. I don't know what concentration this one is. This one here may be the EDT. Actually, no. Actually, it's the Parfum. No, I'm sorry. No, it is the EDT. It's the EDT. It's the original. This is a very big bottle, by the way. You could find it at Macy's. You could probably find it on Fragrance Net for a great price. But this one here, let's go ahead and let's just break down the notes in Coach. Got that green pear and bergamot off the top, along with kumquat, grapefruit, and lavender. So the opening is insane. I'm just going to tell you that right now. When you first spray this thing, it leaves an absolute impression. In the middle, you got the cardamom, the geranium, and the coriander. And then in the base, you got amber, suede, amberwood, and then you got Haitian vetiver. So when this sucker dries down, like, it smells great. Has a great atomizer. So you get some great sprays out, and yeah, you can't miss with this. This sucker right here, you cannot miss with this. Coach has a lot of different fragrances, and I've smelled all different, different ones. This one is my absolute favorite. Again, this is a scent that I personally can't live without. I love how it smells. And again, it's perfect for date night, so I would put that in the date night fragrance category. But you can wear it interchangeably, right? You can wear that sucker dressed up in a suit, wear it to the office, because again, it's not an overpowering fragrance. It's enough to grab, someone's attention. You can wear it in church. It's a very versatile fragrance, so that can really be an everyday fragrance that you can, use as well. So my recommendation is to make sure that you have that one in your collection. So now moving on, let's jump into the springtime fragrances. And actually, I think I told you that I had 6 fragrances. I think I actually have 7. So we're going to do 7 fragrances tonight. But let's jump into the springtime. Spring fragrances are really, really important, spring and summer, because in the summer months, you don't want to wear things that's really warm or loud, right? An oud fragrance in 100-degree weather is not a good look. It's not gonna end well, right? So it's important to have a lighter fragrance and a fragrance that can really shine through when the heat starts to really pick up and really allow the fragrance to project. So these 2 fragrances here, let's just start with this one. This is a new addition to my collection, by the way, but it's a fragrance that I have completely fallen in love with. It's Polo 67. So this fragrance here, let me just kind of break down for you the notes. Very sweet in the top, green mandarin, bergamot, and cardamom off the rip. That's what you're gonna, first smell. In the mids, you got pineapple and lavandin, cypress, and sesame seed. And then this is going to dry down to a nice vetiver and cedar wood. So it's going to give you a little bit of warmth. But really the star of the show here is all the citrus in the top. Great atomizer. This is so unique. It just is so fresh. It's so citrusy in the opening. This just screams, warm weather. An easy bottle to grab. I believe price wise, you could probably get it for a little over $100. The Coach one, the prices can vary, just depends on the sizes you can get, but I think you can probably score that one for like, you know, I want to say a little bit over $100. But it really depends. If you go on fragrancenet.com, you probably can get it for a little cheaper. But this Polo 67 is not overly expensive, but it smells amazing. I get a lot of compliments on that one as well. And again, because it's a light fragrance, you can probably also wear this in church. You can wear it in the office. There's a lot of versatility that you have with this particular fragrance. So I highly recommend that you get Polo 67 in your collection as a good springtime scent. So the next fragrance that I want to pull out is something, again, I say compliment magnet. When I tell you guys this, I'm not exaggerating. Like, I get this. Okay, I'm just going to tell you a quick story about this particular fragrance. I was in Tyson's Corner Mall, so one of those malls in Tyson's Corner, Virginia, and I'm coming out of the restroom, and somebody walked past me, and they caught a whiff of this scent, and the guy like literally turned around and came back. And he was like, "Listen, I hopefully this is not weird, but I have to ask you, like, what scent is that you're wearing, because that smells really great. I want to go and buy it right now." So this is something that it's just a great all-around scent. It has a lot of lasting power too, by the way. None other than, I'm just gonna go ahead and show it to you, John Varvatos Artisan Pure. John Varvatos always has like the most beautiful bottles. This is a nice like wicker bottle. Almost dropped it. That wouldn't have been good. But this bottle here, beautiful wicker bottle. I'm very surprised I have as much fragrance left as I have in this one. I normally burn through these, but pretty good atomizer. This one is so unique because it's so fresh, but then there's something in there that has this like herbal, earthy kind of smell, but it's not an offensive earthy kind of smell. It doesn't smell like dirt or anything. But let's break this one down real quick. In the top, you got citrus burst, clementine, mandarin, lemon, bergamot, the thyme. That's probably what I'm picking up in that beginning, and the marjoram. So those two herbs give you like a herby kind of, you know, smell. But then in the heart, and this is probably something else that I'm picking up that has like this just very distinct smell. Petitgrain and ginger. In the base, it's very woody, surprisingly. You got woods, musk, amber, and orris root. But when it dries down, it's so light that you don't really get this overly heavy, powerful, woody sort of smell. And again, with the petitgrain and the ginger, it opens up beautifully with the lemons and the citrus in the beginning. This is like the perfect scent for spring and summertime. So make sure you pick that one up and add it to your collection. So kind of continuing on, my last video we talked about this fragrance. I'm going to talk about it in a little bit more depth in this video. It's none other than the OG. Can't live without this one. It's a Paco Rabanne 1 million. This fragrance here, great atomizer. Yeah, that fragrance is a classic. It's a classic. This one has in the top blood mandarin, grapefruit, and mint. That mint is what you really pick up in that opening. It's pretty crazy, but it's a pretty spicy fragrance because you got cinnamon, spices, and you actually have rose in the mid, whitewoods, leather, and amber, and patchouli in the base. So when this thing dries down, it's a beautiful dry down. It's a very warm fragrance. It's a fragrance that is very loud. It's a pretty powerful fragrance. So, you know, you're going to have crazy sillage. People are going to smell you. You know, you're going to get tons of compliments. It's a monster. It's a fragrance I can't live without. This is probably my second or third bottle, and I've even burned through this one. It's like I'll probably buy another bottle soon. But this fragrance I would classify as a great wintertime fragrance because of how strong and how powerful it is. And it's something that, again, if I'm rebuilding this collection, that would be something that is a must-have, can't live without for my collection. Paco Rabanne, original 1 million. So then continuing on, this one here is one of those fragrances, if I had to wear one fragrance forever, like you can only pick one, like you can't pick anything else, what fragrance would you pick? Tom Ford Noir Extreme. Perfect wintertime fragrance. Yeah. It's a beautiful fragrance. It's so warm. It's so gourmand. Cardamom, nutmeg, saffron, mandarin orange, neroli in the top. That's just the top. That's just the top. Indian Desert Accord Rose, which the rose is really pronounced, by the way, in this fragrance. It gives it that little edge. Orange Blossom and Jasmine in the mid, and then this sucker dries down to vanilla, amber, sandalwood, and woody notes. It's the perfect dry down. It's the perfect fragrance. It's my favorite fragrance. It's very warm. It's very versatile. You know, when you talk about, you know, different occasions that you can wear it, I would wear that thing anywhere. Can't wear it in the summertime, obviously, because it's just too warm for that. But I will wear it on a summer evening in a heartbeat. Date night, perfect. It's just a beautifully crafted fragrance. For the winter fragrances, I believe the 1 million you could probably get for 100, 130 bucks. The Tom Ford is probably going to be more. Tom Ford, you're probably looking at about 175 or that range. So it's a little bit more on the expensive side. FragranceNet.com, that's where Doug always told me to go and buy all my fragrances. So I go there usually to have a 30%, 35% discount. So you can go there and, get your fragrances and get a little bit off on those fragrances. But that particular fragrance right there is it's amazing. And again, that would be the one fragrance that I would just pick and wear forever. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. So this last fragrance, this is a fragrance, we had a whole video dedicated to it. It's a fragrance that Doug told me to buy. It's a fragrance that he told me every man should have in his collection. And I'm very blessed to have 6 or 7 different bottles of this particular niche brand in my collection. This one here is it's a very special fragrance. I purchased it on the spot when Doug told me about it, and it's one of my personal favorites, and it's a lot of people's favorite as well. But it's from the House of Creed, none other than Creed Aventus. So when you talk about that expensive fragrance, this is that one. And I'm pausing and I'm a little hesitant because it just kind of brings back memories when Doug told me to first purchase this fragrance. I had a little bit of a flashback moment with that. But when I first smelled it, I was blown away by this scent. And I'm just going to actually go ahead and spray the atomizer here. This is a very versatile fragrance, by the way. This fragrance can be worn all different times of the year, all different occasions. You can wear it really anytime you feel like it. It's going to be an expensive fragrance. If you buy it full retail, you're probably, for this size bottle, going to be spending anywhere from $350 to $450, depending on where you get it from. If you go on to a fragrancenet.com, your discounters usually will get it for a little bit cheaper. You might score it for $275 or less, depending on the size of the bottle. But let's break down Creed Aventus. Pretty popular fragrance. It's known for its pineapple. Pineapple's heavy in the top, along with the bergamot, the blackcurrant, apple, pink pepper. In the mids, you got the birch, patchouli, and jasmine. And then this thing dries down to oak moss, cedarwood, musk, and ambroxan. So it has a very nice, subtle, warm dry down. But the mids really live through this cycle. So that patchouli and that jasmine, it really lasts. It's such a big burst of pineapple from the gate. It's been reformulated a couple of times. So, the pineapple in newer batches, I'm going to say, is not as pronounced, but it still smells great. Obviously, if you cannot afford to buy Creed Aventus, because that's pretty hefty price tag, there are a couple of dupe brands that you can buy. Club de Nuit is one good one. You can score that one for like $50, and it smells very similar. And then you also have I think it's Al Haramain L'Aventure. That one is another one that, again, you can purchase that for, I think, $40, and it's going to have a similar sort of DNA to the Creed Aventus. Also, I think Alt 23 or 21, that one's like $35, and it smells not exact, but it's pretty similar. Like, it's probably the closest dupe that I've ever smelled that's out there. It smells really, really good. But again, that's Creed Aventus. And Creed has a bunch of different ones. I mean, it was very hard to pick, these fragrances, but that particular bottle was an easy grab for me because it was just something that was so memorable, and it's just one of my my favorite scents that I have in my collection. But that's our video for tonight. Thank you for the continued support. Continue to like, watch, subscribe, tap the notification bell. You can follow us at The Pick Corner on TikTok and Instagram. And stay tuned. We got more videos that we're going to shoot. We have the fall and the winter time coming, so we got to get that video together for you guys and just kind of continue to keep this fragrance journey moving along. So until next time, thank you very much. See you in the next video.